Alright, Dean Davis, LiveWeatherBlogs.com meteorologist. Time for the overnight outlook. Let's take a look at what's going on today. And this is in Wilmington, Delaware, near DuPont. Look, you can see that funnel cloud here. You can see the funnel cloud here, the lowering. This is very distinct. Yet the National Weather Service is not going to investigate this as any damage as a tornado. Not understanding that, but it's the choice of the National Weather Service to whether to investigate things or not to investigate things, and they chose on this not to investigate it, much like the last 3 storm systems that happened in New Jersey that had some potential damage that was tornadic. It wasn't investigated, so it'll never be given the chance to even be called a tornado. So that's what we got so far. Alright, let's take a look at temperatures around the Roanoke Valley. So temperature around the area: 64 Hot Springs, 74 in Roanoke, 73 Martinsville. Gotta watch out for the fire down there. Fellpocket Lake, we have a brush fire going on down there. 70 degrees Scalax, 76 Danville, 71 Smith Valley Lake, 71 Lynchburg, 66 in Staunton around the country, 61 in Bangor, 73 City in New York, 74 Orlando, 82 Houston, 82 New Orleans, 63 out there in Los Angeles, 76 in Santa Fe, and 60 in Billings, Montana. On a satellite map, you got one area of clouds here north of Louisville and Charleston. Moving towards the Delaware Valley, you got another area of clouds southeast of Charlotte, down towards the coastline. Lynchburg and DC and Roanoke, Norfolk, looking good, clear tonight with no rain probabilities. Taking a look at the severe weather potential. We got some storm potential here in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, into Tennessee and Alabama, and generalized thunderstorms in other locations. And we go beyond that. You can see we have an area in the upper Midwest, upslope type of storms that could be tornadic going into day 3, which is around Thursday afternoon at this point. And since we're a little bit slow in the tropics, I figured I'll give you a look into the Hurricane Hunter aircraft tonight with WDBJ-7 meteorologist Brent Watts. He's a buddy of mine here from the Roanoke station, the CBS Roanoke station, and it's WDBJ7.com. It's a lot where I get a lot of the graphics, temperature, and stuff I use. Credit to them. And so here is the story filed by meteorologist Brent Watts, WDBJ7.
Southwest Virginia isn't the only place hotter than normal. The waters of the tropical Atlantic are also heating up. That means hurricanes are not far behind. Meteorologist Brent Watts shows us how hurricane hunters combine airplanes and computer models to keep us ready. It takes a mighty aircraft to examine one of the world's most powerful acts of nature. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, uses 2 types of planes to get an inside look at hurricanes.
The areas where the models have some questions about what's going to happen, they send us out there.
The high-altitude G4 jet conducts its research before the storm moves in. Once there, technicians release drop wind sondes, or instruments that fall through the sky and collect data.
As they descend through the atmosphere, they're in the air for about 17 minutes, transmit back 4 times every second pressure, temperature, humidity, and use some GPS to get wind direction and wind speed.
When the storm gets larger, it takes a much more durable aircraft to slice through the eye wall's powerful winds. The P-3 aircraft is used to fly in at high and low altitudes, delivering a 3-dimensional look at the hurricane.
Now you might wonder, how much does all of this cost? Well, it costs about $40,000 for a complete mission. That's about 8 hours is how long a mission takes. And if you think about it, that's much less than the average cost of preparing just 1 mile of coastline for hurricane landfall. Now, the tropics are pretty quiet right now, which is a little unusual for this time of year. Storms have had a hard time developing due to strong wind shear and, believe it or not, African dust. It's called the Saharan air layer. Now, these are dust particles that originate in the Sahara Desert in Africa and can travel thousands of miles from the coast. The water's pretty warm for our last storm, Emily, to develop, but the dust actually became wrapped into the storm, keeping her from growing a little bit stronger. Now, if you'd like to track the dust, and you're interested in this, you can go to my blog at WDBJ7.com. I'll put a couple links on there so you can check that out. Live in the Weather Center, meteorologist Brent Watts.
And the Roanoke Valley forecast: 70 overnight, 90 on Wednesday with sunny skies, 85 Thursday, low breaking the heat, light chance thunderstorms, 62 Thursday night, Friday 84 degrees. What a temperature drop. Mostly sunny skies. We look like we may have some showers and thunderstorms moving back in for the weekend, definitely after, especially overnight on Saturday night with 69 degrees. and it'll stay in the 80s and into the 70s by the end of the weekend. So a cool down has been seen here and looks to occur beginning next week. Stay with liveweatherblogs.com for all your latest weather information. We'll keep you updated. For liveweatherblogs.com, this is meteorologist Dean Davison. Have a great evening, and we'll talk to you later.